Sydney's northern beaches. It's a playground for sun lovers, where every day is a celebration. And that keeps the cops busy.
What's in there? Don't push a cop, mate. Just go home.
So when things get too hot...
OK, listen, it's a licensed premises. You need to leave.
We're heading code red to Narrabeen as well. We'll be 5.
Can you get me your ID, please? Not good.
These cops keep it cool.
Pretty crazy. Reports are he's on ice.
We also get an ambulance here. I'm just going to go check on him and I'll update you.
Please, all I'm asking you to do is go home.
If you behave like that again, then you will receive a fine, OK?
Okay.
Welcome to their world.
Fights are stopped.
Tonight, a drunken celebration ends badly for these boys.
He can hardly walk. You're swaying a bit too yourself. Resealable plastic bag. It looks like it's got a capsule in it to me.
An illegal turn across traffic puts cops in the middle of a T-bone.
Oh, stop!
And a desperate need lands this guy in the poo.
Hello. The person that's called us, her little 6-year-old daughter's actually seen you do it.
I didn't try and do it in front of her on purpose. I just needed to go to the toilet.
That's tonight on Beach Cops.
There's a surf carnival down in Manly. Big concert that's been going on since about 5:30. A lot of people around here obviously observing the surfing and here for the music, so big crowds. We've got extra staff on, which are basically just for the surfing carnival and the concerts tonight. The crowds have been here all day, so it's a hit and miss. You can be busy, it all depends. So we'll have to wait and see.
The Australian Open of Surfing attracts huge crowds and a wide mix of age groups. But it's the underage kids the cops watch out for, especially when the sun goes down.
These boys have been drinking all well. They've been going all over, surely. Just take it easy, guys. Yeah. Enjoy your night, OK? Time to go home, mate. Catch up with your buddies and go home. They're waiting for you, mate, so let's go. We're just trying to take a young juvenile kid home, 13-year-old bloke that shouldn't be out here near midnight. Where's Mum? And she thinks you're where?
Yeah.
We've just come across a 13-year-old male that is well known to police. 13 years of age, shouldn't be on the Corso at midnight. You're getting driven home, mate. You're getting... Pardon?
What about a 20-year-old?
No, mate. You're getting driven home to your home address. Anything could happen. Anything in the world could happen to that kid. He was actually with drunk teenagers, 18-year-old kids. You know, it's just not on. And it's going to keep happening. Every time I see you out on the street, you're 13 years of age, mate, you're not supposed to be out here. A kid that doesn't know anything how the world works, you know, vulnerable, totally vulnerable. He's out here with a bunch of mates that aren't looking out for him, so jump back to the station, mate, we'll give you the paperwork. So I've just had police escort him home. Hopefully he learns his lesson and stays home. No one's looking out for that kid, so we have to see if we can hopefully change his behaviour so he can become a decent citizen.
So basically we got a call from an informant who said that a male had defecated on her front lawn.
Defecated as in shat?
Yep.
Nice.
Food. Let's do it.
I can't say it's a shit job, can I?
Think I'll call you funny jokes?
Oh, they've all been used. Informant states a Caucasian male, 5'11", wearing an aqua shirt and shorts, just defecated on her lawn and walked off. I don't know if you had toilet paper.
We'll go do a patrol first because obviously time is of the essence. The guy was last seen coming down Sydney Road. It was 10 minutes ago, so how fast can you walk in 10 minutes? Hopefully we can find him and give him a ticket for the clean-up.
Oh, see, there he is. It's a little bit awkward, but he's got a hat on.
Yeah. Just keep your eye on him. Hello.
Hello, mate.
My name's Constable Townsend from DY Police. I just need to see your ID.
Places to go.
All
I've seen my ID. I'll cooperate. I haven't broken
Thank
any
you.
laws.
Thanks. What have you been up to today, Chris?
Well, much just cruising around.
Yeah.
Didn't sleep very well last night, so that's probably
Okay.
why I don't really feel
Okay.
like it.
So, Chris, what's happened is we've had a couple of reports that...
Oh, it's complaints, yeah.
Yeah.
Off that guy in that house up there.
Which guy?
I was busting to go to the toilet. I
Yeah.
couldn't get anywhere, so I just crouched behind the fence and went to the toilet behind
Okay.
the fence.
So when you went up there, where did you go to the toilet?
Well, I ducked behind a wall which was out of view of everyone, and I just went to the toilet. That's all I did.
Where was the wall?
Just past that bus stop up there.
Okay, and was it out the front of someone's house, was it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And was it a number 1 or number 2?
Bit of both.
Bit of both. Okay.
Busting
All
to go
right.
to the toilet, and I was busting to go.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I would have been quite happily to go to the public toilet at Stocklands, but I wouldn't have made it there, you know.
There's no excuse for, you know, even if you're busting, we're on a main road. There's obviously lots of shops that you can go into. He would have felt the urge long before he was busting to go, so that just doesn't cut it. And, you know, at the end of the day, you can't just go wherever you feel like it.
Unfortunately, the issue is today that the person that's called us, her little 6-year-old daughter's actually seen you do it.
I didn't try and do it in front of her on purpose. I just needed to go to the toilet. Yeah, I didn't mean to offend anyone. I didn't think anyone had seen me. I just ducked behind a fence and tried to just go to the toilet. I don't think anyone was watching. Oh, last night. Spaghetti bolognese.
Did you cook it yourself?
I did, yeah.
It's a bit of a recipe for disaster if it's doing that to you the next day.
Beef, onion, dolmios. It did taste good.
Just didn't repeat on you well.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Well, what's going to happen today is you're going to get a ticket for offensive behaviour, all right? Yeah. Okay? I'll leave it to it.
Have a good day, guys.
See ya.
$500 fine for urinating in a public place. Yeah, I think it's a bit steep, but I mean, $500 just for urinating, but can't go against the law. Cops always win in the end.
Have fun cleaning that up.
I was hungry before I came in.
Might be famous for all the wrong reasons.
I know, I'm pretty spent. I don't think I've got much left in me. Just like him.
For some people, Manly's busy Corso is the place to be on a Friday or Saturday night. But every now and then, it can get a little messy.
I've asked you to go home.
Don't you swear at me, you're in a public place. They're drunk. No matter how much I argue with them, they're going to argue back.
Go home, guys. The night's over. Don't worry about the argument. Just take it easy, guys.
It's not worth getting yourself upset about. That's just the job and you just move on.
You guys aren't going to punch one anymore, are you?
90% of our work, day, night, booze has been a factor. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking you to go that way. Yeah. With this amount of licensed premises in such a confined area, it can go off any ticket and block, basically.
And this Saturday night is one of those nights.
Literally, there was an argument just outside the male toilets. I think Jeff noticed a bit of push and shove, so that was basically it.
Thank you, brother.
And then when we got talking to him, Jeff's like, "No, I think these guys are the problem." Sure enough, they could hardly stand up. He can hardly walk. You're swaying a bit too yourself.
We just both finished our builder's course yesterday.
Brilliant.
We just had trying to have a good time.
Yeah, no, mate, I'm all for a good time, but tonight... You just dropped that.
You just picked it up.
Show us what it is.
Looks like gear to me.
It looks a bit like gear.
Basically saw the boys talking to these two guys on the other side of the road. As they were speaking to them, I could see something come across the road. Wasn't sure what it was, but one of the guys actually bent down to try and pick it up.
He picked it up off the ground.
It flew over on the floor.
Resealable plastic bag. It looks like it's got a capsule in it to me.
It was some sort of capsule with granules in it. I'm not quite sure. We couldn't determine that it was his.
What Jeff was saying to me before is that young fella picked it up off the ground. So we don't know if it belongs to him or not. That's what the officers are just about to try and do. They're trying to find that out now. So if it does belong to him, he's in a bit of strife. Off you go, off you go. It's a police issue, go away.
This is not a big deal, so don't worry, okay?
Dave needs to search the guy to check he's got no drugs on him.
Happy days. This will be over in 5 seconds, mate, OK?
We're searching to make sure they didn't have anything drug-related in his possession, which he didn't.
Beautiful. We can put it back. At this stage, it looks like it might be just a drug detection without a person of interest.
He might have disposed of it, but none of us saw what he did, so we can't pin it on him. So we'll just seize that drug and destroy it. We're not to come back into the CBD of Manly, OK? Not a criminal offence, it's a warning.
OK, mate, sweet. That's yours.
Nothing in it.
Yeah, I know, mate.
He was given a move-on direction due to his intoxication and his disorderly behaviour in Manly. He won't be back for 6 hours.
They've seen it all before, and Dave's got a pretty good idea of what he's dealing with.
This would be, at my guess, a capsule full of MDMA. Now, that's the ingredients for ecstasy. Mate, down here, be on for young and old every weekend, for sure.
2 hours into the night shift, and it's full on for Beck and Leanne.
The allegation is that you punched him and that you kicked his car.
He started being very aggressive.
If you believe your bike cannot stop for a red light or an orange light, you shouldn't be riding it, mate.
And now they're following up on a man whose stuff has been stolen.
Informants from Melbourne has had his bag stolen, wants to see police. It's coming up on the maps just before this one-way street.
On the left.
There we go, service department. Just here.
You got the guy's name? Just Adam.
So, what's happened?
So the situation was I checked in today, flew up from Melbourne, dropped my bags on the bed, went and checked the surf, had a couple of pots in a cafe, came back here at probably 5:30, I reckon, and both my bags were gone. So,
From the room?
From the room, yeah.
How long are you in Sydney for?
Oh, one night now. It was meant to be 4 days, but again,
So we've got a guy staying here from Melbourne. He's come to Sydney for 4 days, staying at this apartments. He had a couple, like a laptop bag, all his work things, and he's put them in the room. Left to go out down to the beach, have a surf, have a few beers, come back, and the bags that were on the bed are gone.
I've lost work, I've lost laptops, diaries, invoice books, Apple MacBook, iPhone 5S. I'm not happy.
He has to go back to Melbourne without any of his stuff. He's at a loss of about $5,000, he said.
Again, it's not the dollar value, it's more the personal. It is, it's a ledger, there's a ledger book in there for work that's it's invaluable. Like, I'm screwed without that diary and ledger book, so. But anyway.
Sorry. I'll just get your mobile phone number.
Which is nearly dead and I can't charge it, so.
Right. We'll have a quick chat to the manager though, just to make sure. The manager said, actually, weirdly, that the same thing happened last week. In that same room, the person staying there had their things stolen, so they actually only got the locks changed on Sunday. She's saying none of the other residents have seen anything. She's spoken to the other guests and they haven't seen anything. They don't have CCTV footage, they don't have cameras, so they're at a loss as well.
Maybe check the bins around here.
I have. I checked the dryer and washing machine up there.
Well, I don't know what else we can do, but we'll have a look tomorrow, okay? I'll call up the insurance broker and see what he says.
So we've seen that there's CCTV surveillance in the gym next door and it looks like the camera's pointing outwards. It might be in the frame of the exit doors for the apartments. So we'll watch the footage and if anyone's seen coming out with that property, then we'll have to start trying to identify them and see if there's anything more we can do to help him.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Poor Adam.
Yeah, it's not right. Come to Manly and get ripped off.
That's so bad.
So you don't have any idea why we pulled you over?
Sorry?
I don't know if you're lying to us, but you were definitely talking to someone on a phone.
Yeah, what pizzas do you have, Vic, with chicken and tomato on them? What kind of chicken, Vic?
Sometimes I scratch his head that it look like I'm holding a phone or something.
I'm just going to move forward and then reverse.
No, just
What do you mean?
Just park there.
All right.
Park right here.
You just want to chat with him?
It's late afternoon. Ryan and Richard are heading north towards Palm Beach to check on some robberies in the area. But Richard's got a few things on his mind.
So what's for dinner?
Choco Charlie's again.
But there's not just dinner to think about. This afternoon, there seems to be an awful lot of drivers using the bus lane illegally.
Seriously, that's you're not supposed to be stopping there.
This guy.
Look, told you.
Bus lane.
Bus lanes are there for buses, taxis, hire cars, motorcyclists, and obviously emergency vehicles. At the end of the day, it's dangerous, it's illegal, and it just annoys other drivers.
We can go and see how far this guy does down before I pull him over.
So I tend to pull over as many people as I can that use the bus lanes illegally and at least have a chat with them, if not give them a ticket.
How many streets has you passed? 4?
Yep.
About a kilometre so far.
Whoa, stop!
You all right? Yeah. That's the radio, mate. You all right?
Arm and hand.
Unbelievable. This is why people don't go down the bus lane.
You all right, mate? Yeah. You all right?
Catch your leg, have you?
Oh, I don't know. No, it's my hand. I just got shot. Is your wife okay?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
We're just getting an ambo and some other cars.
Bit excitement, eh?
Oh. Thanks, Ray. Can we have a supervisor and a couple of cars to Pittwater Road, cross of Wetherill Street in Narrabeen? We've just had a head-on collision with someone sneaking across lanes. We've got one lane northbound blocked, the bus lane, but traffic's flowing freely at this point in time. Well, this is why we're trying to stop people going down the bus lanes, because people go across that. I'm just glad I wasn't going fast. They're all fine. They're just in shock. The wife didn't hit her head either. I think we've got 10 coming.
The elderly couple appear shocked but uninjured. Richard, on the other hand, is a little worse for wear.
Is it so, can you bend? Like, no, oh, mate, it's broken, mate.
I don't know. It's probably the airbag that just jammed it. Have you checked on the other two guys?
Yeah.
The Ambos have arrived on the scene and everyone's given the all clear, except for Richard.
See you guys. I told you to be interesting.
So Richard's been taken to Manly Hospital just for precautionary x-rays at this point in time. Hopefully it'll come back as just a sprain with a bit of time to heal. I spoke to the other driver and they actually said that they'd been indicated by someone coming the other way that it was safe to go, and they just took that on face value without being able to see any cars. They just shot across. Unfortunately, in bus lanes, you've got taxis that are allowed to travel, police cars, motorcycles. If we were a motorcyclist, the outcome could have been very different. Yeah, imagine the shit I'll be copping.
I know.
A couple of weeks later, Ryan and Richard are still recovering.
So at the end of the day, Richard had a fractured thumb and I have a quite savage whiplash. The other driver received a ticket for not give way to oncoming vehicle with a right-hand turn, which comes with a $310 fine and a few points off his licence. People need to stop and think. You need to be able to see all 3 lanes.
What? Stop!
If you can't see what's coming, don't turn. It's not worth the risk.
You all right? Yeah. I'm gonna go at 60.
Welcome to the jungle! I'm on fire!
Sky and Andrew have been called to Manly after reports of 2 base jumpers scoping out the roof of a local apartment building.
Member of the public that was out surfing and witnessed 2 people walking on the rooftops of one of the buildings down here, and obviously given some of the attention that we've had with base jumping around the area, that raised a bit of concern.
The concern is real. Recently, some young people have been seen taking huge risks on the cliffs at North Head.
Go, Chad. 3, 2.
A few weeks back out at North Head, people down there have been using the platforms as kind of like setting up a rope swing. The base jumper there, he accidentally slipped and passed away. He was having a look. And now it seems people may have been base jumping from this building here, which is pretty crazy and dangerous really, so we're going to go and check it out.
Awry?
Yeah. Someone was out surfing off the point and they saw 2 people on the rooftop. The information was that they had backpacks on, said quite larger than just normal regular backpacks. She was concerned that they were actually going to base jump or scoping the area out for such things.
And one of the residents saw them.
So how many were there?
I only saw one jump. You know, it was just so quick.
Yeah. The info he's given us was he was sitting in his lounge room and he actually saw someone go past his lounge room window.
They jumped there and I tell you what, they didn't get much lift until quite late. It was quite close to our window by the time I saw it. We're on the 2nd floor. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like they've definitely jumped from here. So we'll file a report and continue some follow-up investigations from here. I'm going to go say hello. Sorry. Personal thing. Oh.
And Sky's got one more thing to do. She actually has a very personal connection to this building that dates back to her childhood.
Yeah, so a bit of a family reunion. Yes. This is my TV crew today. And that's actually my great-grandmother through marriage. So, yeah, I work at Manly Station. So I'm always...
Whenever you feel like
I will. My grandfather and great-grandfather actually built this unit block. Last time I would have been here, probably about 10, 11 years old, so a while ago. No, I just thought I'd pop in and say hi. It's been a while since I've been back here, but yeah, it was nice to catch up with a very old rello. Alrighty, no worries, take it easy. Bye.